Hi, me and my tacos, say hello. I am going to just jump right in and do a full face. I think I'm gonna actually call this a full face from start to finish because hopefully you already watched the other video that goes over all the tools and products that I use. This video, I'm just going to now actually start using them and apply them and show you how I apply them, which is just as important as knowing about what products and tools I use. And again, I'll still try to throw in whatever tips and tricks I can along the way. I think I'm gonna start off with the primer I'm gonna use is the Ordinary because I know that this is an affordable one and it's silicone, which, you know, tends to work with everybody's skin for the most part. I don't know, that's like a pea size, you know, it's really not that much. And I just rub it on both. When I apply it like I would a lotion, the same exact way I would. And then I bring it down because I put makeup down there to blend it out. You always got to do that. All right. And I mentioned in that other video how it's like really soft. It's not really tacky. So yeah. Oh, I need Rick Ross. All right. I'm going to use, what foundation should I use? I'm gonna use the L'Oreal True Match. I think this is a good foundation to start off with if you're really not into foundations and stuff. I'm the color W4 and you'll see how I apply this. And I'm actually going to do one side. Oh, should I do that? Should I do one side of my face? I am going out though. I'll do another video where I do one side of my face one way, the other side a completely different way. I'm pretty sure in the other video I said I was gonna do that, but since I'm going out, I gotta do, you know, me kind of stuff. So I just shake the bottle and put it on my face. There's really like no rhyme or reason to how I do this. And I'm going to, I use a beauty blender. I'm not gonna use a foundation brush. I'll do another video where I use a foundation brush and you guys can see the difference. But anyways, so I start picking up the product and just moving it around my face to make sure it doesn't like all dry in one area. I hope this lighting is good because, I mean, in my mirror, it looks good. But here, I feel like it's coming out a little yellow. I'm not yellow. Yeah, see, it looks yellow. But it's not. Like, if you see me in person, it's not this color. And bring it up into your hairline, please. I don't want to see that obvious line of demarcation between your skin, your face skin, and then your head skin. And then whatever's left over, I push it onto my eyes because for me, that is like a base for whatever eyeshadow I'm gonna do. One of these days we'll get lighting correct, I promise you. Today's not that day. You know, it is what it is. So as you can see, putting on foundation over my circles already covers them pretty significantly. Like, they're really not as bad. Like, I can technically go out like this and be okay with, you know, the light bluish, brownish color I have underneath. But I'm not okay with it. So today I'm gonna start with Shape Tape. Take Beauty Blender and then pack it in, bring it down a little bit and over. So you see, I'm bringing it down my cheek. You know, I should have not put it on this side so you can see the difference, but I'm pretty sure, I mean, you can see the difference. You can see the difference. Make sure you get in those creases right there because you're gonna look weird if you don't. Okay, then, because I want like a little extra, you know, I'm gonna go with the L'Oreal Infallible. Right there, right in the crease. It Cosmetics has a really good brightening under eye formula that it's like in this like little tiny pink bottle. It's like putting white paint under your eyes. It's divine. Anyways, I'm gonna take a smaller beauty blender and just pack it in right there and blend it out a little bit. Make sure you get into the crease. And I blend it a little bit up the nose so that it all just kind of like looks good. I should have done it again where I didn't put this on. Anyways. Here we're not bringing it down all the way. We are still blending it up into the nose because you want that to blend out. But we're not bringing it down the cheek as much. It's just kind of like whatever's left over, you're blending it all out, you know. That's it. Do you see why I like makeup so much? Look what it does. Catfish and all of you guys. All right, so now that we're done with that, I'm going to set with the Morphe powder, the one that has like the pinkish bits in it. And then I use this kind of brush. I pick some up on the brush and I put it in this thing. And I just, you know, like smush it into it. Shake off some of the excess and then pat it on the face. Pat. Basically wherever you put concealer. Pat. You don't want to drag it because since you just put 42 layers of concealer on, you don't want to pull that out. You don't want to pull off any of the product. So you have to make sure you pat it. And then I put some here on the nose because since I put some concealer there. Anyways, hello. Hello. It's wonderful. Makeup is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Putting this here. Because I want my under eyes a little bit brighter, I'm gonna take the same brush and I'm gonna use the NYX HD banana powder, swirl it around, tap, and then, I mean, see, you could see it got brighter. And just right there. I'm not gonna put it anywhere else. Then I put, as you guys know, the finishing powder from Morphe as like a face setting powder that has a color on it. It just evens everything out. And I put powder on before I contour, which I'm gonna contour now, because since I don't use cream contour, cream on cream mixes. So your foundation, and then you're gonna put cream contour, it's gonna blend out beautifully. It's gonna be fine because it's just like putting a darker foundation on your skin. Some girls actually use a darker concealer, which is perfectly fine. Concealer tends to be a bit drying, so you might get a little pasty or whatever, but I use powder contour because for me, it's a little bit more forgiving. It's easier to fix and work with because once the cream contour is on, I don't know, it happened to me once that it was just like way too dark. So I had to like wipe off that part of my skin and start over again. It was bad. Whereas the powder one, you build it to what you want. So little by little, you start building it. You're like, okay, I like the color. I like that color. You step back, you look, you turn, you're fine. And then you move on to the other side. So that's what my preference. You got to do it yourself. You got to play with it yourself to see if you like it. And so I use a different kind of round fluffy brush, swirl it around and just put it on. I do not go over the setting powder I used on my eyes because this is a color. I don't want to put color on white because then it's going to show up. Okay. So this is that Kat Von D Shade Light palette that I was talking about. She's used and abused. I start doing my contour with a brush like this. It's angled and a little fluffy. So I start with this color and this color. Okay, make sure you get it. So I start here in my little sideburns, my little Cuban sideburns. And I pull my cheek because I don't really have like cheekbones or anything like that, you know? So that's where I want them to be. Start in the little sideburn, bring it down. Then I take that tapered one because it's more precise and I do motions up. And I blend up. You see? So yeah, I already have like a little bit of a crease. When I do like a much more glam look, I'll show you, but I do use this darker color. I'm gonna use it now. Not a lot. And I'll do that just like maybe an inch out or an inch and a half out. You see how dark it is? Because it's so dark, it's really not my shade, but it really kind of like hollows out that area to make it seem like I have a bigger cut of a cheekbone. And I don't. Cheekbones where? We don't know her. No, we don't. Then I'll take this very loose, it doesn't really pick up too much product, and I'll go to the lightest shade and just kind of like lightly put that over everything just to blend it all out. And then just rub up here into the temple area. Can you see? I know like that whole thing about like doing the 3 or whatever. I think you just have to figure out your face and what works best for you. The 3 does not work for me. I just do right here. I pick up very little product and I go into the hairline and I blend it. Cause like I don't think everybody needs to go by that. I also will sometimes, like, I'll do a darker color here to, like, you know, hide that, you know, like make it look like there's a stronger jawline. So now that we have that, it's hot. Now that we have contour on, I'm gonna show you with the Airspun how I set and like cut this area here just to make it, I mean, technically if I'm doing like a quick face and I'm, you know, just going out real quick, I'm fine with this. Like, I'm really okay with the way that looks. But for the purpose of today's video, I will do a little more. All right, so I pour some of the product into here and I tap this in it to pick it up. See? And bring it down. A straight line and then bring it down. What I like about Airspun is that once this wipes off, it just blends in with your skin. Like, there's really not pigmentation or anything with it. So I've used this on everyone. It works fine. Okay. I want to make sure you guys can see. And the purpose really is to go from like where your mouth is up in like a, you know, like a thing, you know? Like when you do a thing. I don't know. I'll learn words one of these years. We'll figure it out. So anyways, I kind of just leave it there. We will brush it off. It's not a lot of product, as you can see, so it's fine, but you could see like what, like the purpose of it, what it does. Before, since we were blending it all out, it kind of like blended down, but the whole purpose of having contour really is to see like a color contrast, you know, between, you know, cheek and lower cheek, chin, I don't know. So while that's on eyebrows, I will do a combination of the powder, the eyebrow powder kit that I use, and then the Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil thing. So I'm just gonna start here to blend it in the hair and up. I am pretty sure I picked up product on my last video that I didn't wipe off. So this came out way darker than I thought. Okay, we will fix it. So you see this is like very messy and not even even. I'm gonna go on with the Brow Wiz. Start here, like where it kind of like lines up with your nose. I start at the bottom and just lightly, like I'm doing this. I'm moving just my fingers. I'm flaking it up and over. Kind of keeping my hand stable on my lip. And then doing hair strokes over. And then at the bottom, even it out here. And then up top, lightly, just do small strokes so you can build out the shape you want. I luckily have basically a stencil I can use. Just follow that. I'm gonna clean it up with concealer when we're done. And then same thing here, start at the bottom and do hair strokes up. See, you could see it, right? And then over. And then you just build little by little. You build, you build, you build, you build, you build. Oh, this is the worst angle ever. I see why girls like edit and everything, because this takes a while. Like a lot of girls will just be like, okay, I'm gonna go do my brows off camera and I'll be right back. Well, now I understand. Anyways, so for the sake of time, I'm going to kind of just like leave my brows off like this. Actually, let me bring this one down and I'll show you how I clean them up in case I make a mistake or whatever. So, see how they're not like even? I'm gonna show you right now what I do. All right. So I take this really super condensed rounded brush. It's very, very thick, tight. I get concealer, put it on my brush, and then I will draw so I can get like the same line underneath. And clean it up so that it's a clean line underneath. And then like I'll start here and go over here so I know I, you know, start at the same area. And then put it on. Bring it down there. All right, super cute. Take a small beauty blender and bring it down. There. Eyebrows done. Now, I brought out, oh my God, 24 minutes. Jeez Louise. Jeez will cry. I know, I'm sorry, but whatever. It's a Morphe palette, the Artistry Palette. It's Dare to Create number 39A. I adore this palette. Hello, literally any look you can think of, any. Look at that. It has all the best blending colors here. Warms, neutrals, crazy fancy colors. You know, you want to do like a plain eye and then like a pop of like shimmer as like your actual eyeliner, or you just want to do a natural look and do the eyeliner, the pop of color on the lower lash line, and then put a line of the shimmer version of it. You literally can do anything. Let me move this over here. So I'm gonna start with big fluffy brush. Okay. And start with this color. I do not know what eye look I'm doing right now, by the way. I have no idea. I'm just gonna start packing on color and see what comes up. But I am essentially using this as my transition shade. So we'll see. I'm getting this all over my lid, bringing it up to here. Then the thinner tapered version of that. Okay, we'll go for this darker brown. And I'm really just doing small circles here in the corner, bringing it up a little bit to like kind of make the cat effect, and then bringing it over just halfway to my eye. And then once I am satisfied with that, I'm gonna bring it all the way over and just blend it. And I'm not using a lot of pressure at all, actually. I hope you guys can see. I know a lot of you guys are not familiar or comfortable with doing this kind of look or even like makeup in general, so I'm actually gonna stop real quick once I finish blending this, because my OCD won't let me stop until I do this equally on this side. Okay. What you can do at this point is take the Morphe one, put some product on the brush, like the big fluffy brush, and then lightly tap it on. You don't want to pack it on because you want whatever eyeshadow falls out to come out on the brush. Whatever is left over on the brush, which there's actually a lot of product left over on this, we'll use that at the end to blend everything out, including this down here. So, all right. Then, where's my small brush? Here, okay. Take this small one, and I'm gonna go with this bright color. Clearly we're doing a warm look. And I'm going in the crease and lightly bringing it up until I see where I want that to be, like blown out too. So like barely touching the skin, because this picks up a lot of product and the color payoff is really good. So in the crease and lightly, like you can't even see this tugging at my skin barely. So whatever's left over on this brush, I'm gonna bring it down under my eye and start blowing that out on the lower lash line, because we all know I like a blown out eye. See? Okay. It's actually easier for me to use this camera. Oh my God, we're at 29 minutes. Jesus Christ, no. You know, it's also gonna take like 45 years to upload. Do you guys get a better idea of what I mean by I do my eyes like pretty sloppily? Like I'm not, this isn't like precision or anything like that. Let's go in with a darker color. So I'm going to use this very compact one. Now, let's actually put a shimmer on instead. So let's use this shimmer. I'm going to use my finger. Tap it on. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna go back in with this smaller brush. I'm gonna pick up this brown color here and then tap it. Tap it until I see where I want that to be. Here in the corner, tap, 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 see? And then, yeah, like that. See? It doesn't look good right now, but you'll see. And then bring it over a little bit. You can start swiping away some of the fallout. Now using this brush, I'm gonna go for this dark brown here and then put that on my lower lash line and bring it up. You could sort of see. And then bring it in just a little bit and there. So like I kind of created like my own little cat eye. Right, you see? You see me? And then I'm gonna take this compact one. I'm gonna use the black that's in here, which by the way, this is the best black that I've ever seen. And then lightly start putting that on my lash line. Just follow the curve of my eye. And then blend it up. There, okay. Then for the lower lash line, let me wipe off some of this fallout. I'm gonna take the same brush that we just used for black. I'm wiping it off on a towel that I have here. See? Cutie. And I'm gonna go in with that dark brown that we used. And put that on my lower lash line. But I'm not gonna blend it out just yet. And I'm only taking it in like halfway, like that. Then I'm gonna take this brush and with this brown, I don't know, it's like mustard brown, put it over what I just like put on that dark brown and buff them together. It's a horrible angle. blend it into this. See? I have to put this down. Ugh. Then, again with that same brush that I just used to put the dark color on, I'm gonna pick up can you see? This one. And that is what I'm gonna use on my lower lash line here to my inner corner. As like a little pop of color. Now, you don't have to do this part if you don't want like that pop of color. You can continue on with the brown and just like blush your lower lash line and just like buff it out and all that. But I want, you know what? I'm gonna layer it with this bright ass color here. Let's see what this is gonna do. But right here, right in the center. Oh, yes, ma'am. Let's see, God bless it. Anyways, all right. So there's that. Then that first brush that we used when we started putting all this on, I'm gonna use that to go over this top part from where the wing is over and just do a windshield wiper motion on both sides just to make sure everything is blended out. Go back with this, wipe off the excess. Do that, and we're good. Like that? Yes, okay. Yes. Then Kat Von D felt tip liner, and I just want to define this cat eye a little bit. And since you already have the eyeshadow on, you just follow that line. The whole purpose of doing a fake cat eye with the eyeshadow is to just make it look just like bam, extra. Almost done. I'm gonna use, of course, the Mascara Primer because I love it. This is from Lancome. It's the Sills Boost XL. I am using the trick of having my mirror face down. It makes it easier for me to blink into this and see how my eyelashes are spreading out. Okay. Then I'm going in with the L'Oreal Voluminous. Is it upside down? This one, yeah. Sorry for all the dead silence, but I'm running out of stuff to say. And I think just for the sake of time, because I'm very upset we're already at 40 minutes and I don't know how many of you are actually gonna sit through a 40-minute video. I'm gonna just stop here with mascara, just quickly do my bottom lash line. I'm not gonna do the 14 layers that I usually do. Did I bring that with me? I did not. Oh boy. All right. Anyways, so here we are. I would want more, but now that everything is said and done, I'm gonna go in with blush. I'm gonna use this palette and just boom. Oh look, you can see my setup. And I put that on top of the contour. So contour started down here, blush. And I do swirly motions because it works for me and I like it. But you have to play around and see what works best for you. I'm gonna take this brush and do this darker color right here, just like on the apples a little bit. I do not have the, excuse me, the highlighter I want to use. So I'm just gonna use this one. It's a Wet n Wild one. Super affordable, great payout. And because I want to concentrate it, I'm going to use this brush instead. Hello, yes. Almost done. Setting spray before I do lipstick or whatever. I typically do this before I do mascara because, you know, if it's super wet, you may get it on you or whatever, but what I meant by on you, I meant if your eyelashes are still wet and you spray this on and your eyes are closed, they can leave marks down here. Anyways, so this is it, 43 minutes. Coño. I'll do a better close-up of this. See? Can you see? Oh yeah, duh, let me change the lighting. Maybe you can get a better... No. No, you can't. Whatever. Anyways, hope you like it. Bye.